Hey guys, my name is Ainārs and I'm representing company Overly, one of the founders. And I want to tell you about us today. I'm going to start with a short philosophy of what we are doing. So today we live in two parallel worlds. One is our physical world, the world we are in. And the second one is our digital world, our social media, mobile phones. I think you know better than me what is our digital world. So today we live in a very interesting age because this is a time when these two worlds are starting to merge together, start to benefit from each other, and our lives become more easier, productive, and most importantly, fun. So today I would like to tell you about three things. First of all, what is Overly and why am I telling you this? Second, what is augmented reality? Then I'm going to show you some case studies, what we have done, and also some from all around the world, just to show you like how many ways you can use this technology. And in the end, I want to tell you a bit about the future. Where are we heading with this technology? So I'm going to begin with what? What is Overly? So we started out as a startup 4 years ago. We created our own application called Overly, and the reason behind that is to make this technology more affordable and accessible, because previously you had to create your own apps and it was really hard to find someone to do it. So we created our own platform that anyone can use. Right now we are the first agency in Baltics that's doing augmented reality. And we are also offering full service, so in case you don't know how to create the content with the 3D models, the videos or whatever, we can help you with that. So as I told you, we have been doing this for 4 years. During these 4 years we have created 145 projects in 8 countries in the world. And our latest addition is since January we had opened a sales office in Kenya, so going to new continents as well. But let's get to the point. So what's augmented reality? If we talk by definition, it's a technology that teaches our tablets or phone cameras to recognize environment around us and put a digital content on top of it. And usually when I'm saying this, everyone, okay, good, but no one really understands it. So that's why I want to show you a small demonstration what is it and how it works. So first of all, I want to show you an example with magazines, because that's a thing we work quite a lot. And what happens is that magazines and digital age are growing apart. Magazines are losing their digital customers, and one of the possibilities for them to stay still digital is to have augmented reality. So let's say you're reading a magazine. You can scan it with our app, and it has like a Harry Potter feature, as we call it. It comes alive, you can add more emotion, you can tell more with the same page, and you can make it more fun. Another example is, let's say you want to buy a lamp, but you don't know how it will look at home. Will it be too big, or yeah, you just want to see how it will look in your environment. So they give you this sheet of paper and tell you scan this with Overly app, and then you can put it on the table, take photos with it, and make a decision, either buy or not to buy this lamp. So you see what happens here is actually that our app, it recognizes the image and it puts a 3D content on top of it. And that's the whole magic behind augmented reality. But let's go further. I want to show you one of the main things is how to use it, because it's really easy to use technology just because of using technology, and it's a bit more challenging to find some really added value case studies. So as I showed you, one thing that we are doing is working a lot with printed media, because it's the way we can make it interactive and interesting and engaging again. But one important actual area where it's really useful is education, and that's where we have found a really good use case for it. There's actually a new term for it, and it's called spatial learning. Now you learn from images in the book and from text, but what if you can have a 3D model of anatomy, for example? If you can have a 3D model of skeleton on your house, on your table in the book, and you can look from all around and you can see how it moves in the space, not only in the images before and after. Or let's say you're playing a card game. It can be a tool for a card game. For example, this is a case that we did with a Brain Games company. They have made these logic cards. These are riddles that you have to solve. Previously, they had a paper where it was written that answer to third card is B. But you never know how do you get to this answer. So by using augmented reality, we are trying to solve this problem. And you can scan each of these cards and it will show you step by step how to get to this result. If we talk about entertainment, then a really good addition to augmented reality is to exhibitions. For example, in this case, we have used it together with photographer Ainārs Kļaviņš. He was making pictures of very well-known people in Latvia. And what happens here is when you arrive at this exhibition, you can scan each of these images with Overlay app and they come alive. They start to talk with you. They start to be, share with you some personal things. And it's, the experience itself is really amazing, and that's what makes you remember this exhibition quite well. If we talk about exhibitions, there is also one really great case I want to show you about the Latvian National Arts Museum that just recently opened. It's a regular National Arts Museum, but when you walk through this, you know that in these museums you usually have these plates where is written information about these paintings, but you don't like to read them. There is small font and etc. So what you can do now, you can scan each of this painting and you can find the information about the painter, about how they are renovated in an interactive and very interesting way. If we talk about museums, there is this case study that's really great. It's in a very also new engine museum. What you can do there is that you have this really old and authentic Oldsmobile chassis where you can have these iPads next to it, and as soon as you point the camera at this engine, it starts to move, it comes alive, and then you can see on the real thing how it would work, and you can learn about the engine construction and how it works. So another really great use case for augmented reality, as we have found it, is presentations, because you always need a better way, a more interesting way to engage with the audience or engage in the meetings. So this is a case that we have done for Riga City Council, and usually they went around the world showing Riga map and just pointing the finger where everything is located. In this case, we turned the same map in an interactive presentation where there is a lot of layers of information. For example, the biggest manufacturers in Riga. At the same time, you can turn on the layer where you can see the possible industrial territories. And then you can see that there is this train and ship moving around. It shows you that where the transportation goes through Riga. And then you can put many layers at the same time, and you can just talk about the things you need to talk with a specific client or the people that you are meeting with. So it can make your presentations really engaging. Then there is, we have done also a bit of politics. And this is the case study I would like to show you.
When you look at political ads, what do you see? A super wide, friendly smile, perfectly photoshopped eyes, promises as phony as a $3 bill. We at Ir magazine, an independent Latvian weekly, saw enormous, completely wasted media space. Our journalists had gathered so many facts about these politicians, if only we had as much space to spare, more than just the pages of our magazine. Well, we got it. We teamed up with Latvian startup Overlay and together created an augmented reality app that lets you hack every political poster out there, literally and very legally. Just watch. So every time a person with the app pointed his smartphone at a political ad, it would come alive by Ir magazine's cartoonist, followed by the facts every voter needs to know about that party. Further, it led to a longer piece by our journalists, a perfect read on the tram ride. Is this party worthy of your vote? This is how we created our brand new way to view political ads. We called it the whole picture. In 1 week before the elections, our app became the third most downloaded on the Latvian App Store, got onto TV news, and helped raise interest in the elections for sure. And our magazine, too. Thank you, dear politicians, for putting up these posters and stickers and booklets. We hacked them all. See you next elections.
So, as you can see, augmented reality could be a really good addition to politics and to evaluate these parties. But one another thing that we found really useful is for presents and for gifts, augmented reality could be a really added value. For example, we had this case where we did a chocolate box for Tele2, and you know, many companies do chocolate boxes and you just eat them and throw it away. But for them, we added augmented reality to this chocolate box. When you scan the box, it just shows you a 3D city, a city of the future. But the cool thing why I like this case study and why I usually tell us is that even though it's like 2 years ago we made this case, we still go to some of the clients and we show them this case study and they're like, oh yeah, I have this box. So they run to the next room and they bring the box to show us that they still have it. And that made us realize that this can give a really added value to product. And the same goes with postcards and stuff like that. But then now I'm going to switch a bit to more worldwide case studies. And this is one of my favorite cases about augmented reality. It's made by Audi. So the idea is that, let's say you sit in a car and you don't know what particular button does. You just take your phone, you point the camera at the button, and it recognizes it and tells you, oh, this is start and stop system. Or, for example, you don't know where to put the water coolant inside your car. You just point the camera at the engine and it shows you this is the place that you need to pour the water coolant inside. Or, for example, this is a case study from Land Rover. The thing we have usually here in Latvia is that once the car is announced, it usually takes 6 to 9 months to get the real thing here in the shop. But what can you do before? You can sell only with pictures, with videos, or some kind of brochures. But with augmented reality, what you can do is you can get the real car inside your shop before it's even there. You can get it in the real life size, you can show people how wide it is, how the trunk opens or stuff like that. So then there is a really good use case for augmented reality in real estate. You know, when you make the buildings, you usually design the 3D model and then you make the physical design model. But maybe you don't need it anymore. You can have just the marker and you can augment the 3D building on this marker without making this physical design model. It can save you costs, and at the same time it can be more interactive because you can integrate their 360 videos, 360 photos. And you can also show the floor plan inside this 3D model. So it can be really, really interactive. But now let's get to the most interesting part about where are we heading with this. I have believed that in nearest 5 to 10 years, we're going to lose mobile phones. Imagine, like, how long are we going to look in these black boxes? Because the information, the digital information we need or have, we have to have it at the moment we are looking somewhere or not looking and distracting from the real world. So it's going to happen with wearables and most likely with the glasses, augmented reality glasses. Usually people tell me, oh yeah, I have tried it, that's VR. But actually there is a really big difference between virtual reality and augmented reality glasses. Because with virtual reality glasses, you cannot see through the world. You are in a digital experience. But if we talk about augmented reality glasses, it's something that you can see through, but still you can get the digital information you need at the right time. So here are the glasses that are available right now, and actually last year was really important in this case because it was the first year you could go actually to a shop and buy augmented reality glasses. Of course they're quite expensive right now because like the ones that you see now on the left, they cost like 12,000 euros, HoloLens on the right up costs 4,000 euros, and the Meta 2 on the down right costs 2,000 euros. And usually I get the question like, who's gonna pay for that? And that's the thing. Actually, these glasses are something that happens right now, mostly usable in industrial use cases, But industrial companies are the ones that are now paying for this technology, so they are developing it, and once, like in 5 years, it will become much cheaper, better, smaller form factor, much nicer design. So actually, we would like to wear them. I'm going to show you on this video. This is actually a screen recording of HoloLens, so you can see what is actually happening and what can you achieve with these glasses. As you can see that our everyday life becomes more digital. You can see information attached to places that you need. Or let's say you're designing a 3D model of a motorcycle. You can have it right next to you on the table. Or even, let's say that you have a half-ready prototype which you want to try some new parts on. You can also do that with these glasses. And so on and so on. It can be as a secondary screen. So this is a case study from actual use case of augmented reality in industrial services. This is a DHL warehouse where they have given to their employees augmented reality glasses. So what happens here is that the employee, he drives his cart and he's getting directions where exactly he has to go, from which part does he have to take the parcel. And then as soon as he takes the parcel, the glasses automatically scans the barcode and tells him, yes, these are the right ones. And as they have claimed that actually this increased their performance by 30%, and you can imagine if the warehouse is as big as DHL, it must be a really big impact for them. There is actually one more video I would like to show you. And this video is meant to scare you about where are we going with this. But what happens here is that augmented reality glasses have shaped to islands factor. So it means that it's that small that they can be inside islands.
Excellent. Perfect. Good job. Excellent. Well done. Level complete.
Welcome.
Snail zombies from your backyard.
Life is a journey, and in this journey, we all want to do more, experience more, feel more, and live with no boundaries. And why shouldn't we? Sight System presents Sightseeing. Feel free to go anywhere.
Reminder, date at 9 p.m. Choose outfit.
Patrick. Patrick.
Oh, hi. Hi, Daphne. How are you? Sorry.
It's okay.
You look great.
Thank you. Love your jacket.
Thanks. It's a sports jacket, so it's a lot less official than it looks.
What do you mean?
Sorry?
What's the difference between a sports jacket and a normal one?
I guess a sports jacket is for people who want to look good even when they're chased by the police.
Oh. Yeah.
Anyway, I hope you're hungry. This
Yeah.
place has the best burgers in town.
Oh, actually, I'm vegetarian.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Because you didn't say it on your profile, so.
Well, I don't write everything on my profile, so.
Do you want to go somewhere else?
No, it's okay. I'll find something on the menu.
Well, how about a glass of wine for starters?
Yeah. Great.
So then she finds out that he has this wingman app, and then he's scanning her profile, and everything goes bad. But one thing I wanted to tell you, you see this image, it was taken from 1960s, and that's how they imagined how we will look today. I must admit, it looks kind of cool, but we haven't lived to these days. And the same goes with this video. It's over-exaggerated, but at the same time, some parts of it will happen, and these augmented reality glasses will come to our lives. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to tell you about today. Augmented reality is going to be a huge thing of our lives, and the ones that are going to first start implementing these in their services or to make their jobs better and lives easier, those are going to be the winners when it comes. Thank you.